Oops. Good afternoon. The joint committees of Water and Land and the Committee on Hawaiian Affairs is proceeding with its agenda item on the notice of hearing today, Tuesday, February 9th at 1 p.m. and we're in room 016. Some housekeeping announcements for those out there in Zoom land as well as in present, just reminders of the process and aloha as well. This meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube, and you will find the links to viewing options for all of the Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the Waterland Committee and the Hawaiian Affairs Committee jointly will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 1 p.m. on Friday, February 12th in this room and on Zoom. And the public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. And for those participating via Zoom, the testifier audio will be muted and video disabled until shortly before it is your turn to testify. And the time limit per testifier is 2 minutes. I'd like to add that I'll be reading the list of people who submitted the written testimony for each measure and for those that have indicated that they will be speaking. And so those that will be speaking will be called on first. And we also apologize that if the closed captioning doesn't accurately transcribe the names. If you're interested, of course, just to add, we have transparency with the process. In reviewing the written testimony, go to the legislature's website and you will find the link on the status page of the measure. For the Committee on Hawaiian Affairs, Senator Shimabukuro, you're ready? Shall we proceed?
Yes, we're ready. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jointly for SB 691, and this is relating to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. This transfers the administrative duties of the Department of Land and Natural Resources for the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Testifying for Office of Hawaiian Affairs, Sterling, if that's you or a representative.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Sorry, I'm trying to turn on my camera.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. Aloha chairs and members of the committee, Sterling Wong, Chief Advocate for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. We submitted written testimony in opposition to this bill. In summary, OHA opposes this measure because it would place a state entity with substantial resource requirements within the Office of Hawaiian Affairs without any consultation with our board about how this would impact the Native Hawaiian Trust Fund. Furthermore, this bill would create numerous regulatory and management issues. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify and will be available for questions. Mahalo nui.
Okay, thank you, mahalo. For Kirk, Michael Naho'opi'i. Michael, are you there?
Aloha, Senators.
Aloha.
Mike Naho'opi'i for the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission. We stand on our testimony in opposition to this measure, and we're available for any questions. Thank you.
Great. Okay, we do have 4 in opposition coming to testify sending testimonies in opposition. Protect Kaho'olawe Ohana, in opposition, Daviana McGregor, in opposition, Faith Saito, and in opposition, Kamuela Werner. I have a question, and Maile, Senator Shimabukuro, I'll call in case you have some questions as well. Sterling, as well as Michael, the reason I have introduced this measure over time, and Ho'olawe is a precious island that's reserved for our Kanaka Maoli. Over time, the method of contributing to the funds to the commission has come from the general fund. And that's a concern that I personally have, because I've been with this commission or know about it in my early 10 years that I've been here in the early 1998 to 2008. And I believe if we have a permanent funding method, then to me, I think it will at least can rely on a consistent funding. If you receive funding from the general funds, you never know, and Michael knows how it is to lobby all of us. It's like, maybe this year you get 50,000, maybe next year you get a 1 point whatever, but that's where I'm coming from. Now, OHA, and for OHA and Mike as well, and more OHA, I guess, there are, and I think your comments were that I think there's a management part, and that's something that could be worked out probably if the commission wants to continue the debate on the funding from OHA and keep the management in place. So I have no problem with that. My only concern is how you're going to get funding so that we can continue to see the work that the commission and all of those who contribute their free time taking care of the INA on that island. And so that's where I'm coming from. So we can continue to debate the issue. And I feel that OHA, you contribute every year to private sources, you give out grants. So why not take care of our own Hawaiian community? And that's where I am. So I'll leave it with that. Chair Shimabukuro, any comments?
No?
Okay. Any comments from the members? Okay, I see Sterling. Go ahead.
No. Yeah,
Hold on, I had a response.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the opportunity to, discuss this matter more. I mean, I think our trustees are really interested in having a discussion directly with Kirk about, how we can help. But I would say that, our trustees are, vested constitutionally with the exclusive authority to manage our trust funds. And, we are already, we've come to the legislature, I think, every year since 2016, asking for our fair share of PLT monies. And given that we're already $20 million short in terms of the funding coming from the state, and I think what also gets lost is that we already provide, I think, up to like $5 million. We provide more to the state in trust funds in supporting state programs benefiting Native Hawaiians than we receive in general funds, which are, of course, separate from the PLT amount. But we are doing, as an agency, a lot to help the state, support Native Hawaiian programs. And I think certainly our board would be interested in having a discussion with Kirk about how to support their efforts. But at the same time, I think we are underfunded. Like, the Native Hawaiian people are not getting their fair share of the public land trust resources. And I think that's a concern for us. But mahalo. We do appreciate the discussion.
Okay, good, Sterling. Mahalo. Senator Shimabukuro, did you raise your hand? I'm sorry. Okay, any other comments? Who is talking? Oh, Michael. Sorry, Mike.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you very much for your concerns with Kirk. I know that this is probably the first year you didn't see me in the hallways sitting on the bench outside you guys' offices with my gal. So I just want to thank you very much for your concern and your wanting to support us. Our biggest challenge now is we've sort of figured out how to do the work and how to engage everybody to do the work. It's just trying to continue that work on every year. And, I know specifically how hard it is every year to get funding. So that's our biggest challenge nowadays, is to continue the support and continue the ongoing restoration and community activities that we are doing. So thank you.
Okay, any further comments or discussions? Anyone raising their hand? Okay, members, any further discussion? Okay, we'll continue on, and I'm glad we're able to at least have some discussions going. Let's proceed then with the next item, SB 712, and this is relating to the Ahamoku Advisory Committee. And this requires that the executive director of the Ahamoku Advisory Committee shall be subject to the advice and consent of the Senate with a term limit of 4 years. We have testifying, we have two who will be speaking, and the rest I will mention their input as testimonials. Regarding Ahamoku, we have Kawai Kapuakalani Hewitt, our dear friend out there. Kawai, are you there?
I am here. Aloha, can you hear me?
Okay, aloha, we can
Yes.
hear you.
I am here.
Good to see you.
Aloha mai kako. Aloha, yes. Mahalo anui loa. No ke ia manawa no kahai ano o ko olelo no ia o kou. Thank you to the chair people and the assistant chairs and to all of you that are here today to ho'olohe mai, to listen. I ko umanao to my thoughts. E pili ano no ke ia Ahamoku, connected to the Ahamoku. You all, I hope, have my testimony. I am going to stand behind that testimony. I am here with a great deal of malama ya'oko, honor and respect for all of you. Please allow me this manavaiki, this short time, to add a little bit more. I'm here today
Kawai, I
because-
just want to add
Yes,
that,
yes.
are you supporting or oppose? And you can continue.
lamai ya'u, I am in opposition.
Okay, you're being timed, so you have a little over a minute more. Go ahead.
Mahalo nui loa. So I'm here because of longevity. For the longevity of our akua who created the islands known as Hawai'i. For the longevity of our aina and our oceans, whom both have provided sustenance for the people of Hawai'i, and whom both are manifestations of our akua. For the longevity of the iwihanau o ka aina, the bones born of the land that continue to connect us to our akua. For the longevity of my mother, who is 90 years old, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, a great-great-grandmother, who has volunteered all of her life in the community of Kaneohe and He'eia for over half of her life as a coordinator for all the PEL sports activity leagues for the youth. For the longevity of my Hapa Haole grandchildren, for my Hapa Filipino grandchildren, for my Hapa Kolea grandchildren, for my Hapa Kepani grandchildren, for all the grandchildren of Hawai'i, for my longevity as a parent, a grandparent, and now a great-grandparent. I'm here because I believe in the foundation of the Ahamoku. Malama ke akua I ka pono. Take care of our akua with pono.
Okay,
Proper
Kawai,
order.
I need to cut
Malama
you
I
off.
ka aina I ka pono.
Kawai,
Take care of our aina with the pono. Malama I ka iwihana I ka pono. Yes, my dear. Kalamai au.
Kawai, we need to cut you off. We do have your testimony as well, but we were happy that you were
Mahalo.
present in our hearings. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui.
Next up,
Mahalo ya oi.
thank you, mahalo. Leimana Demate, in opposition as well. Are you there? Aloha. Leimana, go ahead.
Aloha, Chair. Yes, Chair, I'm here.
All right, proceed.
Yes, I'm here. Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair of the Water Land Committee, and aloha, Senator Shimabukuro. I stand in opposition to the bill as it is written. And I stand in opposition, And I stand on my written testimony and am available Kawai Kapu Kalani Hewitt. He is our last founder. There were 4 original founders, and I put the history in my testimony. He is the last one, and he has brought forward the foundation of what the ahamoku should be. We're in the process now of strengthening and clarifying the process itself. It's important that the executive director stay under the jurisdiction of the kupuna and the people of the Hawaiiana. So I stand in opposition to the bill as it is written and ask that we be allowed more time to do this clarification and include the new foundation that we have just received. Okay, thank you.
Okay, mahalo. We have 8 in opposition, and they come from the Ko'olaupoko Hawaiian Civic Club in opposition, Nancy Devlantis. And in opposition, Faye Star, Meli Mai, Karen Poi Poi, Donna Santos, Cassandra Park, Charles Ka'ai, Joshua DiMello, Natasha Botello, and Billy and Terry Hayes, Le Aloha, Kaluhiva, and Brittany Nali'i Ho'aimoku Perez. Members, any discussions or questions you have? Okay. Leimana and Kawai, this measure just asks that the governor shall appoint the executive director. So it doesn't do anything different except taking away the privileges of the commission members, I guess, appointing the director. And no different than any other structure of agency directors as well. Any comments to that? We're going to be hearing another measure that follows this, similarly SB 713, repealing ahumoku. So it's kind of like saying there's an opportunity with these measures that you come under the umbrella of the agencies appointed by the governor. So it kind of saves the commission in a sense, and going forward. And we appreciate all the years that I also have worked with you folks previously, and enjoyed doing the work before, but there seems like it's changing times, and funding is also changing times as well when you have so many commissions. So just a comment. So any comments with regards to Kawai, go ahead. If you can summarize your answer, because we got quite a bit of agenda items.
Yes, and thank you. Mahalo anui loa. Ahamoku was created by kupuna.
Right.
Ahamoku was founded. Ahamoku was organized by kupuna. Every aspect of the kupuna, including the executive director / executive secretary, was created by kupuna. Please allow the kupuna, as they started with Ahamoku, to continue their work with Ahamoku. Mahalo anui loa.
Okay, mahalo. Yes, Senator Revere.
Thank you. Aloha. For Kawai Kapu Okalani, aloha. My question is, the purpose of the ahamoku, my understanding, is to provide guidance and to the state for decision makers from a different perspective outside of the traditional politics. And so I was just curious if you could maybe clarify that for me a little bit about, the justification and the value of ahamoku and the way decisions are made, leadership and such, as opposed to top down from the governor. It seems to me that it comes from the people up. Could you clarify that for me?
Mahalo nui loa. The first foundation of the ahamoku is malamake akua I kapono, to do what is right by our akua with pono and order. The second foundation of the ahamoku is malamaka aina me kapono, to take care of the aina with the pono, the order. The third foundation is malamana ibi hanau o ka aina na keiki hanau o ka aina, to work with the people to bring their voices, to be a kind of in-between with everybody, but to support everything. No matter what we do in the ahamoku, we work first on that foundation. Our akua, our aina, because the aina feeds us, it becomes our aina, our meal. The iwi hanau are born from the aina. We're all connected in the word aha. The aha is the assembly. The aha is the assembly that comes with ceremony. The aha is the cord that binds the akua above to the aina below, and then the iwi hanau, o ka aina. It's an opportunity to support all the people of Hawaii, all the people of Hawaii.
Senator Revere,
Mahalo.
are you
Yeah.
okay with the answer? Because I'm
wanna move on.
reminded that we're fighting for time here.
Thank you, Chair. I'll
Okay,
yield.
is that okay? All right, any other questions or comments?
Senator Ocasio has a question.
Yes, Senator Ocasio, please.
For clarification, can someone let me know, is the executive director currently appointed by DLNR?
No,
It's by the ahamoku itself?
exactly.
Okay,
Pretty much run
thank you.
as an independent commission.
Okay, thank you.
And the funding comes from the general funds when available, or if available.
By the ahamoku itself?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much run as an independent commission.
Okay.
Okay.
Any
Thank you.
further
And the funding
questions?
comes from the general funds when available.
Right.
Okay, available.
Any,
Exactly.
somebody's,
Pretty much run as an independent.
somebody is, they have to, I guess, get off, what do you call, they gotta mute themselves. Okay, any further discussions? Otherwise, the chair would like to move on. Similarly, discussions, is that okay?
I have
Senator Shimabukuro, do I hear?
Yes.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
have a question.
Senator, yes, Senator, please,
Yeah.
Ihara?
I'm trying to identify any other state agency that has its board members go through the Senate confirmation process, that also has its executive director approved. I'm trying to think of any. I can't think of any HCDA or any other of the state boards or commissions that we approve board members for, and when they approve or name an executive director, that we also approve that person. I'm trying to think of any. I can't think of any. If anyone has an example, I'm all ears, because I've been searching and I haven't been found anything, because then it would set a precedent if we did find something. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We'll get an answer for you, Senator.
Sure.
Let's proceed with SB 713, and this is relating to the Ahumoku Advisory Committee, and this repeals the Ahumoku Advisory Committee on July 1st, 2021. Chair would like to, let's see, I'm sorry. We're on 713. Let's, Kawai Hewitt, if you can summarize, you're timed at 2 minutes, please.
I will try my best. Again, mahalo anui loa. Again, the ahamoku is really needed today because we're going to help everybody work together. That's our goal. That's our mission with the principles malama akua, malama aina, malama aina, malama iwi hanau o ka aina. Again, the word kupu is to grow. The root of the word kupuna, grow with the iki o na kupuna. They have the insight, they have the wisdom, they have the knowledge. Come meet with the kupuna. The kupuna had this vision to start a hamoku. If any change is going to be made with Ahamoku, please come work with the kupuna o ka aina, na iwi hanau o ke ia aina, because all we like to do is malama. Na vai pono o ke ia aina, mauka amakai a iloko i ke kai moana nui. Take care of the natural resources from mountain to sea and in the ocean. Me ke aloha nui a oko, mahalo no ke ia manawa. Thank you for this time.
Mahalo, Laimana Demate. Laimana.
Take care of the natural
Thank you,
resources
Chair.
from mountain to sea.
You have
and
my
in the
written
ocean.
testimony, which is in opposition to Senate Bill
Thank
713.
you for this time.
I stand on the testimony and I'm available to answer questions. Thank you, Chair.
Mahalo.
Thank you, Chair. You have my written testimony.
Mute yourselves.
Senate Bill
Can you mute yourselves there? We're having some feedback. We do have on SB 713, 11 edition. Members, any questions with regards to SB 713? Okay. None? Okay, hearing none, seeing none, let's proceed with SB 510. And this is relating to the historic preservation reviews. And this authorizes DLNR in consultation with the Office of Hawaiian Affairs to delegate to the impacted counties the responsibility for certain historic preservation project reviews, provided that certain requirements are met. It also allows DLNR to establish a program to certify third-party individuals and organizations to review documents for completeness and compliance prior to submission of those documents to the department, provided that certain requirements are met. DLNR, Dr. Downer, are you there?
Yes, Madam Chair, chairs, members of the committees. My name is Alan Downer. I'm the administrator of the State Historic Preservation Division. The department stands on its written testimony in support. I'll be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Mahalo. We do have three in opposition and one sent in, two sent in comments. Okay, any discussion, members? Any questions? Senator Revere.
Thanks. Do the counties then have the kind of the wherewithal to deal with this properly?
So as far as the delegation of the counties goes, I mean, it'll take some time to develop the regulations, but I think we can handle that with existing resources. When it comes to third-party reviews, I think we are assuming that those reviews would be paid for by the project proponents. If the expectation is that DLNR and SHPD will pay for that, then we do not have those resources. There would have to be funding provided for that, or it would be a meaningless.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any questions, any comments with regards to SB 510? Senator Shimabukuro, are you ready to proceed with yours? You wanna?
Yes.
Do you wanna do?
Yes, I guess
on this
gavel
one or
in.
after?
we gavel into the Hawaiian waterland.
Okay.
Okay,
Proceed.
so we're going to go to SB 1124. And first up, we have OHA with comments, DLNR comments.
Madam Chair, members of the committees, the department stands on its written comments.
Thank you. DHHL in support.
The department stands on its support strongly, stands on its testimony strongly supporting this bill.
Thank you. Historic Hawaii Foundation opposition. Homelani Shadell in support. If
Hi,
she's on the
Senator, they're not
line.
present.
Not present, okay. And then we've got Alana Pakala, support, and DPP opposition. Members, any questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, we recess for decision-making.
Good afternoon. The committee's Joint Committee on Water and Land and Hawaiian Affairs is going into decision-making on its agenda items of Tuesday, February 9th. We have, let's see, 5 joint measures for decision-making. Before we proceed, the chairs would like to add that any recommendations on all the measures, but any time that the bill passes out with an amendment, necessary technical amendments will also be included in the new Senate draft. So the measures, and just to clarify the language, we won't be saying as is, we'll say it's an SD1 automatically. The technical amendments will proceed in that measure. Senator Agaran, we got the vote sheets here with Senator Misalucha. Is it okay, or you, my vice chair?
Oh, that's fine. I mean, she's there.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, for the first item on the agenda, which is SB 691 relating to the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission, Chair's recommendation is to keep this measure in committee instead of forwarding, so that we can continue this measure in discussions. Chairs recommend that we defer. SB 712 relating to Hamoku Advisory Committee. Chair's recommendation is to pass with an SD1 as well. And all my indications, as I mentioned, will have technical amendments. And also we'd like to, recommendations is to pass with an SD1 as well with, I think we decided we're going to defect the date to January 1st. Let's go with 2025. Okay. Any discussions for the Committee on Water, Land?
I had a,
Oh, any discussions, Senator Ihara?
yeah, I consider 2021 not a defective date.
25.
That's a good date.
25.
2025 is a good date.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So are you ready to, are we in discussion to vote, or?
Sure, we're in discussions.
Okay, I wanted to then raise my reservations. I'm planning to go reservations on Senate Bill 712. There is, I don't know of any executive director in the state that has confirmation, it has subject to confirmation by the Senate. DLNR director is a governor's cabinet, and which was a good example, but it's a cabinet level. But as to a staff function, executive director, I don't. So that is my concern. And with the supposed defective date, I will go with reservations, and we'll catch it on the floor later on.
Okay. Thank you, Senator. I'd like to make an announcement to our SMA assistant there. If you heard Senator Ihara's comments as well, I'd like that to be noted in the committee report. Any other discussions with regards to SB 712? Chair's recommendation is to pass with an SD1, including a defective date. For the Committee on Water, Land, Senator Misalucha for the vote. Chair goes aye.
Okay, for SB 712,
Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Agaran.
Aye.
I vote, Misalucha votes aye. Revere.
Reservations.
Senator Fabella. Senator Fabella.
Senator Favela, your vote. Senator Favela, okay, we'll come back to you.
No, I'm very dying, so change them.
Nay.
No vote, me.
All right.
Okay,
Motion.
Hawaiian Affairs, same recommendation.
So one
Senator Solomon?
reservation.
1 second, Miley. Senator
Oh.
Misalucha? Okay,
Bill is, measure is adopted, Chair.
okay, okay.
Okay, Hawaiian Affairs, same recommendation.
Members voting on Senate Bill 712, the recommendation is to pass this measure out with amendments. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye with reservations.
Senator Ihara.
Aye with reservations.
Senator Favela.
No.
Chair, your
Thank you.
recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. For SB 713 relating to the Ahamoku Advisory Committee, Chair's recommendation is to pass with an SB1 with amendments also to include the effective date of January 1st, 2025. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, Senator Misalucha with the votes, Chair votes aye.
So SB 713, Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Agaran.
Aye.
Senator Misalucha votes aye. Senator Revere.
Reservations.
Senator Favela.
No.
Measure is adopted, Chair.
Hawaiian Affairs, same recommendation.
Members voting on SB 713, the recommendation is to pass with amendments.
Yes.
Okay, Chair Shimabukuro.
Reservations.
Vice Chair goes reservation. Senator Ocasio.
No.
Senator Ihara.
No.
Senator Favela.
No.
Senator, Chair, recommendation not adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. For SB 510, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, and that includes the technical and non-substantive amendments. Any discussion on SB 510? Seeing none, Senator Misalucha. With the vote, Chair votes aye.
SB 510, Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Agaran.
Aye.
Senator Misalucha votes aye. Senator Revere.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Measure is adopted, Chair.
Thank you.
Hawaiian Affairs, same recommendation.
Members voting on SB 510 with amendments. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Ihara.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Chair, recommendation adopted.
Okay, SB 1124, recommendations to pass with technical amendments and a defective date. I want to note the concerns of OHA, DLNR, and Historic Hawaii Foundation in the committee report. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair.
Members voting on SB 1124, the Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting all members present, are there any members with reservation? Any nays? Seeing none, Chair, all members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Committee on Water and Land, same recommendations. The Chair votes aye. Senator Misalucha. Any discussion? Okay, Senator Misalucha for the vote. Chair goes aye on SB 1124.
SB 1124, Chair votes aye. Are there any reservations? Any nays? Measure is adopted, Chair.
Okay, thank you. This concludes both joint hearings on the Committee on Water and Land and the Committee on Hawaiian Affairs. Thank you, folks. Good job.
Thank you.
Hello, Mike Ako, and welcome to the Joint Agriculture, Environment, and Hawaiian Committee hearing. It is Tuesday, February 9th, 1:01 p.m. First of all, gavel in. Today's committee hearing, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube, and in the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 2:15 p.m. on February 12th during our AEN via video conference time slot. And of course, a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. So we'll get right to it. We have one measure that we'll be dealing with, and that is Senate Bill 1410 relating to agriculture. And let's see here. This clarifies that customary and traditional subsistence farming, which is customary and traditional subsistence farming, conducted by a native Hawaiian cultural practitioner in certain situations, is included as a protected activity under the Hawaii Right to Farm Act. It clarifies that the cultivation of crops and activities related to game, fish, and livestock on agricultural lands may be for economic use or customary and traditional subsistence farming. It provides that one of the state's policies under the Hawaii State Planning Act's agricultural objectives is to assure the right of native Hawaiian cultural practitioners to engage in customary and traditional subsistence farming for direct personal or family consumption. And testifiers, the first up we have from the Office of Planning, Mary Alice Evans. Mary Alice Evans, Mary, are you with us?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chairs.
Aloha.
The Office of Planning has submitted written testimony with comments, and I'll stand on that and available to answer any questions.
Mahalo, Mary Alice. Next, we have Phyllis Shimabukuro-Geiser from the Department of Ag.
Aloha and good afternoon, Chair Gabbard, Chair Shimabukuro, Phyllis Shimabukuro-Geiser, Hawaii Department of Agriculture. We have some strong concerns. We believe that in our written testimony, it's inappropriate to amend Chapter 165, the Hawaii Right to Farm Act, because of the definition of customary and traditional subsistence farming doesn't appear to meet the definition of a farming operation in the Act. We did suggest that maybe a better fit might be to include the language in Section 226-25B, which is dealing with the objective and policies for social, cultural advancement. Mahalo.
Thank you, Phyllis. Members, any questions? All right, seeing none, we'll take a brief break for decision making. Matt?
All right, recess room is.
Okay, folks, we are reconvening the joint 101 hearing of AEN and Hawaiian Affairs. And after having conferred with the members on, this is on SB 1410 relating to agriculture, having to do with the Hawaii Right to Farm Act, the Hawaii State Planning Act, Native Hawaiian customary and traditional practices, subsistence farming, and ag lands. So having conferred, the recommendation will be to pass SB 1410 with amendments. We'll, taking into consideration the concerns raised in testimony by the Department of Ag and the Office of Planning, we'll amend the definition of quote, customary and traditional subsistence farming, unquote, to eliminate subparagraphs 2 and 3 to read, quote, customary and traditional subsistence farming, unquote, means farming conducted by a native Hawaiian cultural practitioner that is used for direct personal or family consumption, unquote. We'll also allow residency on land, but to get approval from the Department of Ag and a cultural practitioner council to verify the customary and traditional use of the land. Next, we'll add a preamble to support Native Hawaiian subsistence farmer multifamily cooperatives. We'll also make it clear that a Native Hawaiian customary and traditional subsistence farmer has the right to farm and is protected from nuisance lawsuits that neighbors may try to file. Next, we will delete sections 2 and 3. The Right to Farm Act is directed to protect agricultural industry that would contribute to food production and sustainability, and is more focused on protecting commercial agricultural operations by limiting the circumstances under which farming operations may be deemed a nuisance. Next, we will delete section 4 and amend section 226-25B to mention the assurance of the right of customary and traditional subsistence farming by Native Hawaiian cultural practitioners that are not intended to be trumped by any judicial interpretation of Article 12, Section 7 of the Hawaii State Constitution. And then we'll add some tech amendments. Okay. So any comments? So for AEN, I will go ahead and take the vote. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Nishihara. Excused, Senator Ocasio.
Aye with reservations.
Thank you, Senator Rhodes.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Reservations.
Thank you. The measure passes.
Same recommendation for Hawaiian Affairs.
Okay, members. Same recommendation, Hawaiian Affairs. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes with reservations. Senator Ocasio.
With reservations.
Senator Ihara.
Reservations.
Senator Favela.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear.
Senator Favela.
Aye. Aye.
Chair recommendation adopted.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then let's go into our joint Hawaiian AEN hearing now on SB 882. First up, we have DOA comments.
Is that the one?
Okay, next we have DHHL in support. Dr. Akili Pang, support. And Homelani Shadell in support. Does anyone want to testify? We're really short on time, so, and actually, I just want to waive the recess if that's okay with everyone. I'm just going to recommend on this that we pass with technical amendments and noting concerns raised, any concerns raised in the committee report. Any discussion, members? Okay, so seeing none, Vice Chair?
Members voting on SB 882, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair Shimabukuro.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Ihara is excused. Senator Favela.
Reservations.
Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, for AEN members, same recommendation. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Nishihara.
Wait.
Excused, Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Rhodes.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Thank you, members. The measure passes.
Okay, we are going to adjourn. And Matt, let me know when I get my Hawaiian only agenda. Gaveling into the Hawaiian Affairs agenda, we're going to start with SB 1412, and I'm going to ask everyone if you can stand in your testimony. We only have about 10 minutes to get through all these bills, and we haven't read it. So is anyone here for SB 1412 that wants to speak, or you all stand in your testimony? Okay, thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, we're going to move on to SB 1318. Anyone wants to testify? Is everyone going to stand on your testimony? Ms. Shadell? We're going to have a 1-minute time limit, or all these bills will die.
I stand on my testimony.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyone else wants to testify? Next, SB 1317. Anyone wants to testify? Next, SB 1343. If anybody needs to testify on this measure, please raise your hand. Oha?
Sorry, Senator, I just want to note, for the last bill, SB 1317, we oppose. We stand on a written testimony. It's unconstitutional. Mahalo nui. Thank you.
Thank you. SB 1343, any testifiers? Ms. Shadell?
Yes, very quickly, I just want to note that on this bill, that it will require consent from Congress. The last time anything was approved by Congress was in 1981 and 1985. As to the intent to increase acreage, the general plan provides for agricultural and pastoral commercial leases. And as to, I'm not sure what the author intended on, regardless of whether or not those purposes are for profit or nonprofit. The admin rules and HHCA do not restrict commercial production. It occurs now, and there are some of our mahi'ai who are very successful in that. The main thing I wanted to note is that by increasing the acreage, we currently have 19,905 agricultural applicants. And if you multiply that by 4, it's 763,000 acres, which is 3 times more than we have available under the Act. So I just wanted to point that out. Mahalo.
Thank you so much. SB 1323, does anyone want to testify on that measure? Okay. SCR 8, SR 7, any testifiers? Yes, Ms. Hussey?
Aloha, Chair. Jen Jenkins testifying. We stand on our testimony.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Okay, SB 1413, any testifiers? Okay. And then finally, SB 696, any testifiers? Okay. Okay. And again, I'm going to waive the recess because we just have so little time left. So I'm going to go straight into decision making. SB 1412, recommendation is technical amendments. Any discussion? Seeing none, Vice Chair?
Members, voting on SB 1412, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of all members, are there any noes? Any reservations?
Reservations.
Reservations for Senator Ocasio. Recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. SB 1318, recommendation is to make the amendments recommended by Kalahui, making it mandatory that you have more than 50% interest and at least 20 years occupation, and that the plaintiffs pay litigation costs. Any technical amendments? Any discussion? None, Vice Chair?
Members voting on SB 1318, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of all members, are there any noes? Any reservations?
Reservations.
Reservations for Senator Favela. Any other noes or reservations? Seeing none, all other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. SB 1317, recommendation is to pass with similar amendments as to, I think it was SB 321, the other Public Lands Trust Committee bill that we passed, but definitely put the concerns of OHA, DHHL, and all the other departments and everyone in the committee report, realizing this is just being kept alive for discussion purposes. So recommendations pass with amendments.
Members voting on SB 1317, the chair's recommendation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, any discussion, members, sorry.
Sorry, Senator, this is SMA. Are we going to have technical amendments as well?
Oh, yeah, technical as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, yes. Okay, I'm sorry, Vice Chair, go ahead.
Voting on SB 1317, the chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the presence of all members of the committee, are there any reservations?
Reservations.
Any reservations for Senator Ihara? Any opposition?
No vote for me.
No vote for Senator Favela. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. SB 1343, recommendation is to note the concerns of DHHL and Ms. Shadell in the committee report. And otherwise, are there technical amendments, Alyssa?
Yes, Chair.
Yes? Yes? Okay, so technical amendments. Any discussion? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Members voting on SB 1343, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Of the members present, are there any reservations?
Reservations.
Reservations for Senator Ihara. Any opposition? Seeing none, all other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Okay. SB 1323 recommendation is to pass with technical amendments. Any discussion? Seeing none. Vice Chair.
Members voting on SB 1323 with amendments, noting the presence of all members. Is there any opposition?
I vote A'ole.
No vote for Senator Ocasio. Any reservations? Seeing none, all of the members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
SCR 8, SR 7 recommendation is to pass with technical amendments. Any discussion? Okay, Vice Chair.
Voting on SCR 8 and SR 7, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Of the members present, is there any opposition? Any reservations? Recommendation adopted.
Okay, SB 1413 recommendation is to take the amendments recommended by Hawaii Civil Rights Commission, and also to replace OHA with the Hawaiian language schools at the University of Hawaii system. And also that UH needs to consult with native speakers. And any technical amendments as well. Okay, any discussion? Okay, seeing none, Vice Chair.
Members voting on SB 1413, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting all members present, any opposition? Any reservations? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. And finally, SB 696, recommendation is to pass with technical amendments and to note the concerns of OIP in the committee report. Any discussion? Okay, Vice Chair.
Okay, members voting on SB 696, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Of the, noting all members present, any opposition? Any reservations? Recommendation adopted.
Oh, thank you so much. We are adjourned. Excellent job, people. 5 minutes to spare. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Senators. I'm going to close the meeting.